And up next with our opening remarks are two faces that I'm sure all of you are very familiar with, Chip Comins and Sally Ranney.
Good morning. Good morning. So thank you for joining us on day four. We did start with Impact Film. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is June 22nd. We are coming out of the solstice. We're still there. Full moon. I hope everybody's getting enough sleep. I know I'm not. Now, I just want to jump in here with Sally because we had an extraordinary meeting, and we can do a little bit of a recap in terms of what's already happened going through the Impact Films. And remember, with the Impact Film, it has to do with what happens when you leave the theater and taking that information out into the world. And how does that create change? And using film as a very, very powerful tool as a change maker. We know that that can really go around the world through the internet, through the movie theaters, et cetera. But then moving into Monday, and we had an extraordinary opening session. It was a long, long day. All of them are. We put no breaks in here by design because we really want to tire you out so you sleep well at night. But we also feel that a lot of really big momentum has been generated, and a lot of the networking that happens in the other room happens serendipitously and at the coffee machine and on the deck. And so take advantage of that, please. If you miss a session here, you can watch it on the internet. All of these sessions have been live streamed, and they're sitting there, so it's a data bank. Look through your program and go in. Would you like to speak a little bit about Monday?
I just want to ask a question. How long are they going to be available on the website?
They're going to be up there permanently.
Great.
So that's a reference. We have a live stream account. Just go to AREDAY live stream, and you can look at that, and you can see the sessions, for instance, there was a number of incredible sessions on Monday, I thought, personally, but I really was appreciative of the great global collaboration that I was honored to moderate that had Daniel Fung and Jens Nielsen, Daniel from Hong Kong, Jens from Copenhagen, and John Kreitz from Rocky Mountain Institute as an example of where we're coming from in terms of the global connectivity of AREI and our desire to focus on G2, meaning the U.S.-China connection, and re-emphasizing that the United States and China have half the world's economy and also put up half the world's gases. And so these two countries that have 1.5 billion of the 7.5 billion human beings are responsible for an enormous amount of a problem and enormous amount, therefore, of solution, because we all know the problem is the solution. We talked about that at our day. I think that was, when was that? 2009. But just jumping quickly, we focused on a lot of the conservative issues on Monday afternoon. We had folks like Trammell Crow and Rod Richardson talked about a carbon tax credit. Interesting, add that credit onto the end of that phrase. And also, we talked about, with T. Boone Pickens, his views on the fact that 70% of all of the fossil fuels are used for the transportation sector. An important point for all of us who has cars, who jump up and down and say, we have to move immediately from coal, oil, and gas to wind, solar, and biofuels, but we have to be able to get there. And even though we know the horrendous effects of drilling for natural gas, we also know that we all use that stuff. And so, he who has not sinned, right? So we have to be able to talk about that in the context of an American Renewable Energy Day summit, I feel strongly, and that's why that's in the programming. But really to not focus so much on the problem, but rather, the solution. And That's always been our credo of having the ability to take, 10% problem, 90% solution. And that's where we really want to refocus our attention, and that's what we'll be doing again today. And then yesterday, we got to, okay, yeah, and I'm going to pass this to Sally to finish the remarks, because I had my 5 minutes, and now we're being flashed that she gets her 5 minutes, and that's really the point. Is this, this thing
Male,
of
female balance, I should have gone
equity.
first also.
Right. Well, I don't remember. When was the last time you pulled out the chair for me? I can't remember that day. But anyway, how that works is interesting. It's playing out in the dynamics all over the world. And the first female presidential candidate, and last night, maybe we can just jump right into Malala, and that was an extraordinary
How many were
event.
here last night? Yeah. We had an amazing conversation, women, and how women are moving into their power. And the women who were on this panel all are engaged in climate change, obviously, or renewable energy at some level, the CEO level, grassroots level, investments, etc. And it was really, really powerful. So I really encourage you to go into our website and look at that particular session. There's going to be another one this afternoon. I think Osprey is moderating that again. So, and that preceded the film Malala. How many were here for the film? Yeah, it's really an amazing story of how she was able to, the courage that she had to continue on her path for education for girls, even though she's threatened to be killed if she goes home, or even terrorized in London, England, where she goes to school now. And she has just kept on that trajectory. And she's 18 years old now, and she really is a demonstration of the young women who are coming forward now. I feel so comfortable that it's time to pass the baton. And the women that we've had here, and the young people that we've had here at AREDAY, and you'll hear from more of them in today and tomorrow. It's really remarkable. One of the things that didn't come out last night, which I think is going to come out today, is those of us women who are older, the experiences that we had in trying to break the path so that those behind us could come, and it was a lot easier. And there's some real interesting stories, I think, that are going to be shared in that regard today. We had a fabulous conversation around Divest Invest. Amazing women who, again, are involved in that, both from the investment side and the Divest Invest in the markets, as well as on the philanthropy side. So I encourage you to go in and take a look at that too. And then Helena, how many of you saw that presentation? Wow. Oh, absolutely amazing. Young people between 16 and 25 who are brilliant, have great values, are really looking at the planet and what they can do. Most of them have already made their fortunes. I had the privilege of talking with Mark Zuckerberg's wife, Priscilla, and she is another one who's just absolutely amazing. They have billions of dollars. They're doing what they can do, very thoughtfully, what they can do with their philanthropy. And then Africa. What an open door that is for a lot of the technology and a lot of the ideas that have been brought forward. And some really good collaboration and connections are happening there. We're going to put him in touch with Sustainable Energy for All at the UN. Hank Rogers, a wild, wonderful character who's who's again on the right path. And we were talking last night, and he said, you know, I made this game, I made billions, but that's not my legacy. That's not what I want to leave. I want to use all my time on this planet for humanity and for the earth. So, and then President Grimson. Wow. Are we lucky to have someone like that on the global scale, with the heart that he has and the vision that he has, the passion he has? I just feel so fortunate that he agreed to come and be with us, and I would suggest that you keep your eyes on him, because he is going to rise to the top. So we have another day today that is going to be remarkable, and we're not going to go through any of that. It's in your brochures. And we welcome you again and hope that you can make it all the way through today. Thank you very much. Thank you.